ask and tell her she has to send me pictures of the kitties because the rest of my family has to see them.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So thank you everybody for joining us this morning for our quarterly partnership meeting. I realize that typically we meet in June, but due to some busy stuff going on, we ended up rescheduling to this month. So the next time we meet, we'll be back on our regular quarterly schedule in September. And the hope is that we will meet in person. So stay tuned for that. I will let you know when I email out the agenda for that meeting. We are going to go around and do brief introductions. I am going to ask you not to do updates for your organization right now. We will come back after Chad and I give our updates because we've had a lot going on. I want to make sure that we can get through everything we need to. And then at the end, we'll circle back and ask anybody if they want to share anything from their organization. So I'm right now, just say your name and your relationship to the partnership and what organization you are from, if applicable. So I'm just go around my screen. So Mary Ellen, you are first.
Hi everybody, I'm Mary Ellen Smith and I'm the co-chair of the Door County Partnership for Children and Families.
Thank you. Chad.
I'm Chad Welch. I am the Community Impact Coordinator for Education with the partnership.
Cami.
Hi, Cami Pagar. I am the Community Impact Coordinator of Health here at United Way, so I work closely with Rebecca and Chad.
Michaela.
Hi, I'm Michaela Olson. I am a new public health nurse. Been here for a year.
Megan.
Hi, I'm Megan Lockwood. I'm the new public health educator.
Candace.
I am Candace Start. I'm a parent in Door County.
All right, Chris Miller.
Chris Miller, Door County Cradle to Career at Lakeshore Cap.
Beth.
I am Beth Locken. I am the Youth Services Librarian at the Public Library here in Sturgeon Bay, and I am on the board of the partnership.
Nikki.
I'm Nikki Voigt. I am with Door Tran.
Sam.
Yeah, I'm Stan Burris. I'm the program director at Jack's Place. Jack's Place is a program of Lakeshore Cap as well. And just thank you.
Vivian.
I am Vivian Greer. I'm the supervisor, one of the supervisors here at Door County Children, Youth, and Family.
Stacia.
Good morning. I'm Stacia Dick-Schuster, and I'm with the Division of Vocational Rehabilitation with Door County. So we work with youth and adults that have disabilities to help them find employment in the community.
Thanks, Stacia. Teresa, I'll do your introduction for you. So Teresa's with us from the Public Health Department. She works with the WIC program. And then there's me, Rebecca. So I am the community connector for the Door County Partnership for Children and Families. And then I'm also supervising 2 parent partners that work with families who are going through a reunification process with the Child Protective Services Unit. I'll explain a little bit more about that in a little bit. Okay, so Chad, I'm gonna have you go ahead and start giving your updates to the group.
Okay. Most recently, it was 2 weeks ago, I finished a 2-week training on the 7 essential ingredients of trauma-informed care. Tenley used to be the one that was the trainer for that, and since she departed, we didn't have one, so I am now it. So I did that training, fantastic. So I'm looking forward to bringing that out at some point soon, hopefully. Raising a Thinking Child, we did have a session scheduled to begin actually next week. But we only had 3 families sign up, and the last, Carly Martins, school counselor for Sturgeon Bay, co-facilitates with me, and we had 3 families signed up for a, what am I trying to say, Zoom session, and it got really hard if a family missed a session or 2, then you were down to 2, and the dynamics of the course really get kind of, it's just not as effective. So we decided we're going to move this till September. So mid-September, we're going to start this and hopefully do it face-to-face via Zoom. Have the option if somebody wants to Zoom in, they can, but the main body will do it face-to-face, and hopefully we can get more folks then when the joys of summer aren't occurring. So what else? Parent cafes. I did one a month up until June. At least one a month, I should say. Sevastopol was having me do one pretty regularly monthly for just Sevastopol parents, but then I would do also a kind of a county-wide offering as well. So I've kind of put those on pause right now, only because again in summer it's really hard to get anybody nailed down to attend those. So those will pick up again. I have one, Sevastopol wants me to do one toward the end of August, like right before school starts for them. The WOW cafes, the Words of Wisdom cafes for high school age kids. I'm working on one with Shepherd of the Bay Church up in Ellison Bay right now. We're thinking we're probably going to do that mid-August and start doing those on a regular basis up there in conjunction with Brooke and brain lock Chelsea at the counselors at Gibraltar schools. So that's something new. We've been trying to get into Northern Door for a long time, and hopefully this is the inn we've been looking for and the support we need up there. So pretty excited about that one. Dolly Parton Imagination Library is going great. We had a donor that has generously said they will pay every year for the entire cost of the program for a year. We just have to tell them when we need more money. So that's super cool. So we're doing very well with that. We have 678 active kids right now. 261 have graduated out of the program since it began, and 52 kids have moved out of the county. So as a whole, we've had a pretty high percentage, somewhere in the 70% tile of eligible kids in Door County are in Dolly Parton or have been at some point in their 0 to 5. So that's pretty neat. I just had 10 new registrations yesterday. Amy put out a blast on the United Way web page, and all of a sudden, boom, I had 10 kids. So that's pretty cool. Let's see, Rebecca asked me about fundraising. Fundraising is always an ongoing, as I alluded to, the Imagination Library is good for now. Now we just have to get the other parts of the partnership going. So Amy and I have been working on letters that we're going to start sending out. I think soon. I think in August that was our plan. So looking for grants all the time, but they're harder to find. Everything in the grants is really focused around mental health and how is your organization impacting mental health. And what it's caused us to pause and think about is revisiting the mission statement for the partnership. And so in the next few executive team meetings, we want to talk about, should we maybe change that mission statement to include more of a mental health focus moving forward, since we do already a lot of mental health stuff that just kind of came naturally as we did programming. So that's something to think about in terms of grants. I think that's it right now, unless I'm missing something, Rebecca. Okay.
Good job.
Any questions from anybody? No? Okay.
I see Corey joined us. Corey, can you just give us a quick introduction?
Hi, I'm Corey McFarland, Deputy Director of Door County Department of Health and Human Services. Sorry, I'm late. I got caught up doing something first thing this morning, so it's always a risk when you don't physically go to a meeting.
No problem. We're glad you made it. And we were talking about that hopefully in September we're going to meet in person. So
great.
Forward to that. All right, so I will go ahead and start with my updates. So community connections, it's been a little up and down since COVID, really. A lot of what I've been doing is assisting families with diapers, wipes, some formula. We were able to get a grant through the Emergency Relief Fund. We have now just recently reapplied for the, well, I guess third time. So we got the first grant, we reapplied again for a lesser amount, the second go around, and now we applied and got approved for another amount. So it's been obviously very needed and very helpful. Again, I am working with Christ Child as well, still looking to them for the bigger ticket items like cribs, mattresses, car seats, high chairs, you know, things of that are a little more on the expensive side. And also Sarah, who I work with through Christ Child, told me that, and I'm not telling you this so that you publicize it, I'm telling you this in case you run into a specific situation, you might reach out to me. They're willing to help with things like maybe a utility bill or something like that. Just if something really comes up that a family has exhausted other resources or something, just you can come to me with that and I can work with them. So again, not to publicize really, but just if you get a client that's in a bind, let me know. Welcome Baby program, that has been moving along, although we are in a stall at the moment, soon hopefully to be up and running this fall. And the stall is just based on funding. So Amy recently applied for a grant through Raybrook to get us started. So we should hear back on that pretty soon and then take the next steps forward. I know that there is another potential donor possibly that we've been working on. Angela Stoic from Family Services has met with them, and Amy may be meeting with them at some point here. We're just kind of not pushing them too hard, but they seemed a little interested, so hopefully that might turn into something. So the goal is to hopefully have at least the Raybrook funding approved and to get started on this in some capacity by maybe October, hopefully. Don't quote me on that, but that's what we're hoping for. The Parent Supporting Parents program, which is relatively new. We've been in the implementation stage for quite a while. We now have 2 parent partners hired. One has been training since June 2nd. The other is starting July 27th. The training's been going very well. This is the program where a parent who has lived experience in having their children removed from the home and successfully completed all goals and stipulations to be reunified with their children and are doing well, will now be a parent peer for a parent currently going through that process, helping them navigate, helping them feel empowered and supported through the process. So that's very exciting. We're hoping that both of our parent partners will be able to start seeing parents later this year. One, obviously, that's Samantha Zerler is one of them. She started with us June 2nd, so she may obviously meet with parents sooner than Deanna Van Eggeren, who is our second parent partner, starting July 27th, just because she'll be training a little bit longer than Samantha because she's starting later. So that's fun and exciting. Holiday Assistance Coalition. So this kind of started from just a informal conversation between Chaz Hartle and myself. Chaz works for Nicolay Bank, but she also is heavily involved in the Toys for Kids program. And we started talking a little bit about trying to see if we could create a central hub, so to speak, for holiday assistance. So like a central registration process or nomination process, and then a central distribution process. Not that the distribution would be centrally located, depending on who's doing what throughout the county, but that just everybody knows and is on the same page. So we started off meeting monthly. The United Way is willing to hold these conversations and be a part of the process, but we don't want to take it on completely. We just have a lot on our plate already, and which is awesome. I mean, we're growing and that's great, but we're really hoping that this be a coalition, a collaboration partnership between those folks that are already doing things, and the United Way can be there to support them. And I probably will be doing forms or something and helping with the database setup, but that partners would step up and kind of take care of the, the other pieces of that. So the attendance at the coalition meetings has been pretty low. We started pretty early in the year. I'm not going to have a meeting this summer, and I am going to be working with someone from Destination Door County, Pam, I think her name's Seiler, to see if we can get some more information on the smaller villages, municipalities, if they do anything, or if any of them want to join in on the coalition, be in the meetings, and then we're going to try to meet probably August again. So if you are interested in being part of that conversation, please email me and I will add you to the distribution list for that.
Rebecca, just one quick note on that point. You might already be aware of this, but I just found out last week that Feed and Clothe My People is not going to do the Christmas gift distribution again.
Yes. Yep, I did confirm that with Nancy at my last emergency food and shelter meeting. After the meeting, I asked her about that. So yeah, I know that they're not doing that. So thank you though. Let's see, what else do I have? Lunch and Learns are still going. That's our little partnership with the county. We meet monthly at noon and go over trauma-informed care type topics, I guess, if you will. So if you're interested in being on that distribution list and you're not already, let me know. And I think that's about all I have. So we can circle back, unless somebody's got questions for me. If you have questions on parents supporting parents, community connections, anything like that, let me know. Oh, I have one more piece of information, well, kind of cool news, I thought, very cool. For me and the partnership together. I was nominated to share my story and the great things we're doing here in Door County for a newsletter coming out of the State Department of Children and Families. So that's awesome because not only, thank you, Chad, not only do I get to share my story with more folks out there, but also get to highlight what we're doing at the partnership and in Door County as a community and how well we collaborate together. So I'm really excited about that. So that'll be a newsletter, and they'll also be doing Twitter and Facebook posts about it as well. So I'll share that all out with you guys when it's completed.
That's great. Congratulations. Do you know when that will be coming out?
I have no idea. I know that my article was due by Monday, but I would assume in one of I'll ask when I submit it so that we can watch for it. But I would assume it'd be in a near future newsletter. All right, so with that being said, let's go ahead and circle back now. And if you have any updates from your organization, or if you are a community member or parent and just want to give us a little update on your family or what's going on in your life, feel free to do that. So we'll go back around. So Mary Ellen, you are first.
Well, I'm enjoying retirement. Sorry for all tell that to all of you guys that are still working, but it's really nice. My garden is not full of weeds, which makes me really happy. Rebecca, why don't you let me know when those holiday meetings are? I personally think back when I was working, having this coordinated effort is really, really a good idea. So let me know when those meetings are. The other thing I'm doing, I am on the board of Help of Door County, and we've been really busy with a lot of different projects. Millie Gonzalez became our executive director, and then then COVID hit. We're attempting to plan at some point meet and greet at Help of Door County to introduce Millie to the community, but we just want to make sure the timing is appropriate in terms of COVID. So we'll let all of you know when we want to do that. Can't think of too much else. It's nice to see everybody. I miss all of you.
Thanks, Mary Ellen. Well, Chad, we're going to skip you because you did your updates, right? Oh, unless you have something to share from the home front, you're more than welcome to. I know you've had a lot of fun lately.
Yeah, the fun is actually going on right now. So I apologize for any background noise, but the furnace and AC took a poop. So we've got the guys here putting that in right now. The basement flooded because the gutters were off, because we are having the outside of the house painted. So that was pretty cool. And the painters have done a less than stellar job. So I feel like I've been babysitting 7 grown men trying to get them. I went to the back doctor and found that I have a cyst in my lower back that has grown and is pinching my, I don't even know the correct anatomical name, my back. It's causing me an extreme deal of pain in my legs to go numb if I stand for more than 10 minutes. So that's been a really neat little trick. And it's been a week. So I'm just ready to be done with this week. So yeah, I've got guys crawling all over the house right now trying to, I feel like Humpty Dumpty just put it back together. So yeah.
Well, we're thinking about you and praying for your heal and
more titanium. I think I need a titanium back, like my knees and hip.
You're gonna be a robot by the time they're done.
Kids have to recycle me when I'm dead.
Bionic man.
All right, thank you, Chad. Cami?
Well, Chad, I have nothing to complain about after that one. I'm sorry. Let's see. So for STRIDE, our school-based mental health program, we received a grant that will be bringing me to full-time for this next school year, just to help manage it and try to keep expanding it. So that means we are looking for somebody to fill in part-time to do our alcohol and other drug and Healthy Door County stuff, which I am currently going to keep doing until we do find that other person, well, between Amy and I. So that is new. That is exciting. We have been writing a lot of mental health grants because there is a lot out there. And hopefully we just turned in 2 grants these past 2 weeks. Hopefully we'll find out by the end of July or August if we are awarded any of those to keep expanding our STRIDE school-based mental health program. United Way is now doing the food share at the Sturgeon Bay Farmers Market. Tomorrow will be our 4th week doing that. So if you need any information on that, you can let Amy or I know and we can get you what you need. we had to rush a little bit. Doing all the applications took longer than we hoped, so we didn't get a lot of promotion out there until these past couple of weeks. But that is going very well, and I think that's all I have.
Thanks, Cami. I will also add that Julie, our beloved admin and marketing gal, has moved on to a new career path with the child support agency. So that's cool for her. Kelly Hellman is going to be starting July 26th with the United Way. She is going to be Director of Operations, so she will take over some of what Julie was doing, plus some other items to free Amy's plate some, because we all know how hard Amy works and how long hours she puts in. So this is kind of exciting. So we're doing a little reorganization there with the administrative side of the United Way. And then, like Cami said, we have the Healthy Door County AOD Coalition that position opening for part-time. More to come on that once we have all the details. Just wanted to give everybody a heads up. Okay, I have Michaela, you are up next.
Yeah, so at Public Health, we're starting to transition back to our pre-COVID activities, which is exciting. I'll get to learn what those are, which is great. But this partnership sounds pretty amazing, and I'm really looking forward to participating. They said that we participated a lot in it, and I'm a recent mom. I had my first baby in December, so I have a lot of passion towards families, and a lot of things can go wrong, and it takes a village really. So I feel very strongly about a lot of this stuff. So happy to help and where we can, but we're doing well coming out on the other end of COVID. So
Thanks, Michaela. We're very happy to have you. Megan.
Kind of just to reiterate, Michaela, we're kind of learning what we're doing now because we both got hired during COVID. So it's good and refreshing to start new projects and know what actually we're going to be doing. So happy to be here.
Great. Mary Ellen, did you want to say something? No.
Just, it's just so wonderful to hear that public health is able to get back to doing what we do. So I'm thrilled for everybody there. So that's, and for our community. When I think of all of the things we used to do, and now Megan and Michaela can start to learn what some of those things are. It's wonderful for our community, and really makes me happy that they can start doing that again.
Candace, how are the votes?
So they're good. So for those of you who don't know me, I used to work with a partnership until about 1.5 years ago when I decided to be a stay-at-home mom, which some days I'm not sure why. My kids are almost 6 and 3.5, and my 3.5-year-old is extremely strong-willed. So it is a adventure every day, if you will. And like Rebecca mentioned, so we have a small hobby farm. We have some goats. We're actually getting some pigs tomorrow. So we'll see how that next adventure goes. And yeah, we're just attempting to survive and have fun with both kids at home during the summer.
Thanks, Candace. Chris.
Good morning. Cradle to career. I'm 100% now back in the office, but our building is still closed to the public. So I'm meeting with my families like I have been doing remotely, and that's working okay. Some people graduated from the program, so I'm definitely taking more referrals. And I hope to touch base with our new public health people and let you know what Cradle to Career is all about. The food pantry is operating as it has been, where people are not coming through yet to choose their items, but the volunteers accommodate their needs and they pick up at the sidewalk. Boy, other than that, I think my clients actually benefited from the stimulus and all the help that was out there during COVID. So I'm concerned about what's going to happen when that is no longer there, because they caught up with their finances. They were not able to put money aside in an emergency fund by any means. So, but I'm noticing that more of my people are working, which is wonderful. Some have the same obstacles as far as childcare. So a couple have not been able to work because of that. And I just want to give a huge thank you to public health, because I know you weren't doing what you normally do, but you did what you absolutely needed to do in this crisis. And I appreciate that.
Thank you, Chris. Nikki.
Am I up?
You are up.
Sorry, I was unplugging my headset because I wasn't sure if my speaker would work without it. So DoorTran is transportation resource and referral. There's a lot of new faces on here. I'm open to having a conversation similar to like what Chris said, just to get you guys up to speed on what it is that DoorTran has and can offer. So a lot of times it's just referring people, but we have a lot of programs internally as well. So we are willing to speak to your group if there are opportunities for a team meeting or, you know, anything to get us out there, or at least just make sure that you guys know, hey, if it's transportation related, let's give DoorTran a call. We can help you out. We're planning our fun event for DoorTran on September 18th up at the Egg Harbor Fun Park. We did not have it obviously last year. So all you can ride and ride the go-karts and play mini golf from 11 to 2 on that Saturday for $20. DoorTran gets $5 from each of those. We are at the Hill Raceway every time there's a race this season. And we're doing 50-50 raffles, and we have a booth set up there. So if you guys are out and about, come on and ask questions there if you're interested. Transportation Resource Improvement Partners, it's called TRIP. That meets quarterly, again, transportation related. So if you guys need information about that, they meet again on September 22nd. DoorTran is the partner at the Doorstop Amico during the months of July and August. You pump up on pump 6. We get 2 cents per every gallon, comes back to DoorTran. So we're always on the hunt for more volunteers. So if anyone knows of anyone that might be interested in picking up some extra shifts, we have a good orientation and some training available to volunteer drivers. There is mileage reimbursement and meal and phone reimbursement when they're on the clock. We are constantly tracking unmet needs as well. So back to everybody else, if you guys had a need in the past, know that it's on our list. If you continue to hear the same struggles with transportation, we want to hear that. And one more thing, there is a volunteer fair being planned between multiple agencies come next April. So if you guys are always looking for volunteers as well, get in touch with Nikki Sherrig over at the ADRC to get involved with that. And I think that's all that I have today. So thanks again, and good to see everybody again.
Thank you. Hey, Corey.
Hi. Well, the Government Center is open to the public completely, and all staff have been in the office 100% of the time as of June 1st. We are continuing to ask people to mask just within our department because we provide health care services, but the rest of the building, fully vaccinated people do not need to mask. So there's a lot of unmasked people around here, but things are going well. We are beginning to see a huge increase in need for service pretty much across the board. Vivian can probably speak more to this, but our child protection referrals are higher than they have ever been for this year to date. We also have increases in youth justice, in our mental health crisis calls, our referrals for birth to 3 and children's long-term support services. So I don't know if some of this is rebound from COVID or I'm not exactly sure what all of the contributing factors are, but our staff across the department are really busy. And we are in the process of filling a few vacancies. We have one vacant position in our CCS program, so we're conducting interviews for that. We also hope to add a new position to that division in the budget, as well as a new position to child protection. So waiting to see if that's approved in the final budget, but we really have some significant needs in both of those areas. Other than that, I don't think that there's a whole lot new within the department. On a personal front, those of you who don't know, my daughter and son-in-law and 2 grandkids from Colorado have moved to town, so I am thrilled about that. I now have both of my kids and all 4 grandchildren right here within like 5 minutes from my house, so that's been great. And Chad, I feel your pain with the home repairs. I had a huge tree fell on our house at the end of March, and we still have not had it fixed. They finally delivered the materials last week, but then it rained when they were supposed to start it. So I don't know when we'll actually get those holes patched, but huge gaping holes all across the roof and blue tarps covering our house. So I'll be anxious to have that work done. So I think that's about it for me. Oh, one more thing. And this has not been announced publicly yet. It will go to our board on Monday. So don't spread this broadly, but it's important that all of you know the Wisconsin Home Energy Assistance Program, WEAP, has been administered for the last couple of years out of our Economic Support Division. The state will be contracting that program directly to a private agency called ESI. We're beginning that transition in August. So we have a meeting with ESI coming up to figure out what the messaging should be in terms of where they'll have an office in Door County, because they tell us they'll have a physical presence here, what phone number to call, and all of those kinds of things. We'll be getting postcards out to all of the consumers that have used that program recently, and we'll put out news releases and things like that, as well as direct information to all of our partners. But just wanted you to have a heads up on that. So I don't have the details to give you yet, just want you to know that's coming down the pike.
Okay, thanks, Corey. Vivian, you're up.
Corey is correct. We're busy around here with both CPS and YJ referrals. And we have some leaves coming up for some of our workers, so that will make life extra challenging, but we will make our way through it. I will say, to add on to what Rebecca had said earlier about parents supporting parents, that I'm very excited that we're moving forward and hopefully going to get to the point very soon where we can actually make referrals and get clients connected with the parent support. So I'm excited for that moving forward. So I think that's it on my end.
We have a true baby boom within the Department of Health and Human Services between last fall and this fall. Holy cow, I can't even count all the babies. I want to say maybe 10. So it's wonderful, but it puts some strain on the workers that are staying back.
All right, thank you, Vivian. Sam, you're up next.
Yeah, my name is Sam with Jack's Place. Jack's Place is a mental health resource center. And like for a lot of us here, all the services are free. So the meal we do every Tuesday is free. And any other, opportunity someone comes here for, it's all free. The big public health piece here is we have a skills group that's at 10 a.m. on Fridays now. And I took that information or advice from public health. They said, hey, we need a skills group. We need a place for them to go and learn computer skills, banking skills, cooking skills, gardening, whatever it is. So that's, we just started that group last month, actually. Otherwise, we're back to where we were before, COVID and everything. Our meal is pickup only. That's really the only thing hasn't changed back. So that's just drive-through only. It's a free meal to anybody. You just have to call our office by 5 p.m. on Monday before the meal on Tuesday.
Thank you.
And other than that, like I said, we're just, looking for grants. It's for us, we're not a treatment center, we're just a resource center. So we're kind of one step along the way in people's mental health recovery. And, looking for grants and stuff, a lot of them want, evidence-based treatment. That's a big part with the grants. And for us, we're kind of the opposite of that. So it can make it interesting looking for grants and stuff and sustainability. So, and we're a program of Lakeshore Cap. So, I mean, that's the bigger corporation. And I was reading about it today. It was Lakeshore Cap, started in 1966 on Washington Island. So I thought it was a different date. So I just read about that today, and that was August of 66. Lakeshore Cap was started on Washington Island. So just, that connection to the community and being part of Lakeshore Cap is pretty awesome too. So, and just thank you everybody for being here and being part of the group. I look forward to seeing everybody in person the next meeting too. I think that would be awesome. So, and thank you, Rebecca, for doing, getting us all together as well. So.
Absolutely. Thanks, Sam. Stacia.
So not a lot of updates. DVR staff, we are back in the office now. My office is actually located at the Door County Job Center over in the Cherry Point Mall. So of course that means transitioning my dogs to acknowledging that I'm not home every day. So they're having a difficult time with that. Other than that, I'll share a little bit about DVR. We're a state and federal funded program. We're part of the Division of Workforce Development. So again, we help youth from age 14 through high school and adults to find employment. And those are individuals that have disabilities, whether it's mental health, cognitive, or physical limitations. So it's been a pretty good year. In Door County, I think it's been pretty even flow. We didn't see a lot of drop off, and individuals are definitely looking for work and finding employment, which is great. We have amazing employers in Door County that are really accommodating, and I just think that's really a wonderful part about Door County. We do have a Job Explorer program that's wrapping up. Job Explorer is a program that was developed specifically for high school students to learn job readiness skills, self-advocacy skills, and financial literacy. And it goes for the entire second semester of school and then ends with a temporary work experience. Work experiences for DVR are paid from the state. So it's a really nice partnership with an employer. The individual gets paid, they get some hands-on work skills, they have a job coach as needed, and the employer provides that opportunity for mentorship and guidance. So it's a really nice partnership, and have students that are participating in that from all of the Door County schools. So I'm pretty excited to see them all graduate from that program. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Beth.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay. So the library is open. The library has been open. There is all of the things that we always used to do are all running, except for the big book sale in the basement, which we are still working on. We're doing periodic book sale stuff with that. That's about the friends of the library, not about the library staff. Story time is going. I am recording most of everything that I've got. We have all of our materials for all of our programs wind up on Facebook and on our YouTube channel, except for story times, which are all behind a wall in a group on Facebook, which anybody can join if they haven't already. I started live in-person outdoor story time last week. We had a good turnout. 22 kids and 11 adults is more or less a full round of people. We will be doing that every Tuesday morning at 10:30 if weather permits. So right now I do not know when we're going to be moving to indoor story time. Hopefully everything will have cooled off to the point where I feel comfortable putting 22 unrelated children in a room next to each other without their little masks on, because of course you can't keep a mask on a toddler. Hopefully that will all be settled by the time the weather gets cold again, and we'll be indoors. But other than that, we are moving right along. The summer reading program is in full swing. We have been at it for a month and change at this point. Anybody who still wants to participate, you can absolutely do that. I have an app for that. It's called Beanstack, and you just sign yourself up. And you can do it right online, so no more losing little pieces of paper for families. And I've had the ones that are having the hardest time are the folks who just aren't very digital native. All of our digital native types, all of them, young moms have all been really happy to just grab the apps and get going with that. So that's been a nice thing. Let's see, other than that, we are trying to reevaluate every single program as it comes back live to determine what exactly we need to do, because this is an excellent time to do that. Oh, there are no toys being checked out right now for the same reason we have no story time in person indoors, because little people, as you know, put their hands in their mouths and then touch everything. So that we're not doing that for right now, but I hope that'll come back once again in the fall. We are in the process of completely redoing the website. The community page, the community resource page will still exist. Whether it looks exactly like it does right now, I don't know, but we will still have it. So that is not something you need to worry about. Once again, if you have any changes that need to happen on that community resource page, or Corey, I'm thinking of you, if there's something that we need to know for more people being able to reach special services, just let me know what we have. Chad, I think the word that you were looking for is cyborg. Other than that, I think that's it. I mean, I could continue, but yes, that's good.
Thanks, Beth. I just wanted to let you know that Samantha, one of my parent partners, in between training things, I've also been having her look at the DC community resources pages and literally go through every single link and check that they're working, check that they still go to the right place. And it's been actually awesome because she originally is not from here. So she actually is learning even, our resources as she goes through it. And she was able to actually get a speech therapist for her daughter because she found it on there. So anyways, at some point we will be forwarding you probably a list of things that need updating, just to give you a heads up. Okay, now Teresa from WIC put in the chat and update, so I'm just going to read this. WIC will still be doing telephone appointments at least through mid-August, waiting to hear if the USDA waivers will expire or be extended. If they expire, we will start seeing WIC participants in person in late August. We are issuing farmers market checks to eligible families. The fruit and vegetable benefit loaded monthly on the WIC card has an increased benefit. Currently, it is $35 a child or woman. So that is from WIC. All right, so does anybody have any further questions, comments?
Rebecca, I do. With your programs, are yours referral based for these parent-to-peer mentors or whatever, parent supporting parents, or is that a requirement through any department?
So it is, so in other words, once they're assigned a case manager through Child Protective Services and it's determined that it would be a good fit, they're offered a parent partner. They are not required and cannot be court ordered to have one. It is voluntarily based. Highly encouraged, but they can refuse it if they're not comfortable.
I was just curious. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And then one little last piece of news, more on a kind of on a personal but still professional point for me. I was asked to contract with the county to do some mentoring with a family here locally, so that's pretty exciting. So I will get to try to take my lived experience now and give it directly to a family to help them along on their journey. So that's pretty neat. It will be 1 to 2 hours a week. Great.
I wonder,
yep.
Rebecca and Beth, because there are a lot of new faces here, new partnership members, which is absolutely fantastic. Maybe when we meet the next time, especially if we meet in person, and then there'll have been a little bit of time, is to talk about the online resource guide on the library webpage, because I would think there might be people that, you know, really aren't aware of it. And it's actually a subcommittee of the partnership. Maybe we should also at that next meeting, let's review the subcommittees and just kind of see where we're at with everything.
Good idea. Good thinking.
Well, you know, a person's got to get their work brain back in gear sometimes.
Keep
I was
that
thinking
sharp.
about those subcommittees. I know a lot of the representatives from our department that were on some of those aren't with us anymore. There's been a lot of change. So if we have gaps somewhere, we need to be looking at that.
Sure. And that would be, you know, we can look at that perhaps at that next meeting and keep our fingers crossed that we'll be able to be in person.
Sounds good.
I just want to say too that on our analytics for our webpage, we did get 5 hits in the second quarter from the library's resource page. So it's making an impact if you guys have access to that.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, so the next time we meet is going to be Friday, September 10th, and hopefully in person. So stay tuned. Other than that, have a good rest of your Friday and good weekend, and we'll see you next quarter.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you all.
Bye-bye.